Hello Year 3, it is Monday the 18th of January and this is our topic lesson for the week. So today we are learning to be able to explain what causes damage to the planet. So to be successful today, we are going to be able to name the causes of damage and we are going to be able to suggest the consequences of this, and then we can suggest ideas to prevent the damage even further. So let's find out. Now you might want to have a piece of paper and a pencil ready while we go through the slides so that you can make some notes, or if you are able to use your computer or your tablet for a little bit longer, you can obviously pause the video when you need to while you're doing your independent activity. So around the earth are layers of air. They are very thick. They are there to keep the planet warm enough to grow plants. These are called greenhouse gases. One of those layers is called the ozone layer. It helps to protect us from the sun's rays. The greenhouse gases are getting thicker and the ozone layer is getting thinner. This causes the earth to become warmer. So as you can see in this picture here, we've got the earth. This is the ozone layer, this grey line here. It's getting thinner. But where it's getting thinner, more of the sun's rays are able to get through, which means that our earth is getting warmer. And the reason that the ozone layer, this part here, is getting thinner is because the greenhouse gases that our earth is producing are becoming thicker. So all those greenhouse gases which we are making as humans and which are coming off of the earth, that is causing our ozone layer to become thinner, which means that all the rays from the sun are able to get through even more than they could before, which is slowly heating up our planet, the Earth. Okay, so what is it exactly that is damaging the ozone layer? So what is it that are making those greenhouse gases thicker? So one thing is pollution. So pollution is when harmful substances are put into our environment. One of the biggest causes of pollution is burning fossil fuels like oil, coal and petrol. Now we learnt 2 weeks ago in our topic lesson about non-renewable energy and how once we use up all of those non-renewable energy sources, we will have completely run out. But up to today, our planet has been burning oil and coal and petrol to be able to produce energy for our planet so that we can have electricity. So that burning those things and burning those sources puts the harmful substances into the air, into our environment, and causes greenhouse gases to become thicker. So they make the greenhouse gas layer thicker. Water pollutions is also harming our animals, which may hurt humans in the future. So because a lot of our water is becoming polluted with plastics and with rubbish that shouldn't be there, that is harming animals and wildlife, which could then have an effect on us in the future as well. Second thing is deforestation. So you would have learnt a little bit about this last year when we were learning about the orangutans. So deforestation is the cutting down of trees and forests. Trees, fields, forests, rainforests around the world are being cut down or used for other things, such as building houses or roads. Plants take in some of the gases that are harmful to us and release oxygen. So when we cut them down, it means that there is less oxygen and more of the greenhouse gases. So because our planet has less and less plants and trees, there are less and less plants and trees around to be able to absorb those harmful gases which we are making because we're cutting the trees down. Okay, something else affecting our greenhouse gases is animal waste. There's a gas in animal waste called methane. So when bacteria settles on animal waste, this can give off the gas methane, which is one of the greenhouse gases. Cattle are one of the biggest producers of methane gas, and because as a planet, as a community, we are farming far too much. Too many animals are being slaughtered for meat, or too many are being kept, which means that there's a lot more animal waste, which means there is a lot more methane in our greenhouse gas. Okay, so what are the consequences? So that means, what are all of those things doing to our planet, doing to the Earth? Well, one thing that these things are doing to our planet is it is making the Earth become warmer. It is heating our planet up. So here you can see two pictures. The first one is in March 1985. So that blue area here, that is ice. Okay, so you can see where it's really dark blue, it is sea. It's the sea ice age years. So it's how old the ice is. Okay, now as we move over, we're going to March 2016, and you can see here how much the ice is beginning to melt. The difference. And that is because our planet is heating up so quickly and too much that the ice cannot stay as ice for very long, if at all. Our ice is shrinking. So this means that lots of animals are losing their homes and are struggling to survive. Okay, something else that is happening. Sea levels are rising because of the melting ice, but rivers and lakes are becoming dry. This means that in some places it's becoming harder to grow crops. So because the ice is melting, all the water from that ice is going into our seas, which is making the levels of the sea rise. But for lakes and rivers, because the temperature in the air is so much warmer, they are drying up. These aren't being replaced by melting ice because the ice can't get to the rivers and the lakes. So they're drying up, which is making it very difficult for farmers. Another consequence, the weather on our planet is becoming more extreme. In the winter, there can be an excessive amount of snow. In summer, there can be more storms. And also, we're getting a lot more floods, and floods which are a lot more serious. So all of these things are because of global warming. So what can we do? What we can do is we can walk, cycle, or use public transport instead of driving in cars. We can turn off electricity when we are not using it. We can turn off the tap when we're brushing our teeth. We can have a shower instead of a bath. We can grow more plants in our gardens, and we can pick up rubbish, especially if it is plastic. These ideas are really simple for us to do at home, but what can whole countries do to help? So far, countries are beginning to use more renewable energy. So we looked at this a couple of weeks ago. They're starting to build wind turbines, sea turbines, and starting to insert solar panels so that we can use the renewable energy a little bit more, which means we are using the non-renewable energy less. We are burning less of the coal, less of the petrol. The Queen has organised a project against amongst the Commonwealth countries to protect plants found in those places. They will not be cut down. So in the Queen's Commonwealth, and the countries within the Commonwealth, she is protecting plants in these countries so that they aren't cut down. Countries are also promoting electric cars because obviously our cars run on petrol or diesel most of the time, which is putting harmful gases into our air, which is making our greenhouse gas layer very, very thick. So with electric cars, that will be different. No gases will be coming out of the exhaust pipes, which means the air will be cleaner. Okay, so your independent activity today is to create a poster to create awareness on global damage. So you need to include on your poster, how is global damage being caused? So what is it that is happening that is causing damage to our planet? And then the consequences. So what actually is happening to our planet because of this? What is happening? And then finally, what can people do to help? To make this better, to help our planet. So you can design your poster however you would like to, but you need to include those three things. Okay, you can use a mixture of pictures and of words. You might have a title, you might have subheadings to help you. Okay, now obviously you can pause the video, rewind it, fast forward it to where you need to, or you may have made some notes after looking at the slides. Either way, you should have lots of information on here to help you to create your poster. And the whole idea for this poster is to make others aware of global damage. So to spread awareness, because the more people who know about it, the more people can start to make changes to help our planet. Okay, thank you Year 3, good luck. And don't forget to take a picture to share with your class teacher, or you can tweet it and tag at Swingate Primary. Okay, good luck, and we can't wait to see your finished posters.